Hello, everyone. My name is Justin, and welcome back to the Boston Bruins GM Mode series. We're in the middle of a big rebuild here. We're at the draft, the 2022 draft. We're trying to make this team a good team. Vancouver has won the cup this year. We're going to do the draft in this episode, the re-sign stage. I don't know if we'll sim anything next year or if I'll stop at free agency. We'll kind of let that know. Now, the plan this year for the draft is to trade up into the top 5 or 10. I know I've done that a few times already, so people are going to think it's unrealistic. Okay, but I literally had an awful team this year, and I couldn't win. I'm an idiot. I couldn't lose at all, no matter what I tried to do. So if I can't lose to get a good draft pick, I'm going to have to trade for it. I'll try to make it as realistic as possible. And I think this is going to be our last top 5 pick, even top 10 pick for a while. I think we just need one more piece. The rest we can fill in free agency. Okay, we have to decide if we get a top 2 defenseman or a first line forward. Hopefully, once again, trading up, it might not be super realistic. You get an elite player and you give up stuff that might not be worth that. But look at Maxime Comtois. He stalled out at 79. So just because they're elite overall, or elite potential, doesn't even mean they're going to be an elite player. And we haven't had the best luck with stuff like that. So let's start the draft here. We have our sniper, Lacerte. We have our center. Geet is our center. Now we just need another winger. I'm thinking we can get a top 2 defenseman in free agency. They always seem to pop up, at least on my personal GM modes. So on the bright side, this guy right here, Heward, looks like he's not even going to go in the top 5. Hopefully, that'd be great. He looks like I'd say he's probably in the 70 overall-ish range. This wouldn't be a bad pick. But what if he does go in the top 5? There's also this guy. Unfortunately, a lot of these guys are centers, but we can put him into the wing. So this guy's 17. We haven't scouted him. Russia. I thought for sure I scouted Russia, but I guess I didn't. He looks like he's going to be an elite player, but going this late, it could be a low elite. And we don't have him scouted, so I would try to shy away from that. This guy's probably going to be an elite defenseman. So if we want to get our defenseman, here is our chance to do so. Not much scouted on him, but it doesn't look like he's going to be a very high overall. This guy, Klimchuk, also might be an elite defenseman, but we don't have him scouted. Defensive defenseman. There's Gianta, who I'm not sure is going to have okay, they probably will have a higher overall than Heward, but he looks to be, he's 19, that's what I wanted to say. So I think if we trade up to pick 5 or 6, we're guaranteed to either get one of these defensemen or Heward, hopefully. So we don't have to trade up to the top 3. We definitely don't need the top 3. Okay. So let's just try. Let's see if Minnesota is willing to give up their pick. They don't want to. We'll respect that. I would never trade for a pick this high if the team didn't want to trade it. I just won't do that. So we have Florida at number 4 is willing to bite. Once again, we're not sure if this is going to be a trade or not. We have to be able to get something to go through. Or 6. Do I take a chance? They're a hopeful team. Okay. Hold on. Let me just take a look real quick at these scouted players. So if I take the 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Assuming these 5 go in the top 5. Heward's here. Say Heward goes. That leaves us one of these guys. These two different. Well, what if at least it's Davies? We have this guy though. Okay, if we trade for the fourth, we pretty much will have a choice of a few guys. It's up to us to make the decision. If we drop to the sixth, we're probably gonna only have one guy we want. But what if it's not a? Let's see what Florida wants to give up, or what they want from us. I'll do this on camera here. I'll try to make this realistic. So obviously we're gonna throw in our first round pick. We have it, right? Oh, we have 2 first round picks. We can just dump both of those for it. But remember, they are a hopeful team, so they'd probably rather have pieces that could help them win. I don't really want to give up any of these guys. To make this realistic, it's a top 5 pick. This is going to be more valued than what this is, but in real life, they probably wouldn't do it for 2 decent first rounds. They'd probably want something else as well. We're getting really good talent here. Just to even out the trade value a little bit, we'll get the third back. But if we nail the player we want, this will be worth it. So let's just see here what they take. They take the defenseman, medium elite. They take Gianta, medium elite. They take Klimchuk. Okay. So now it's up to us. So we have an exact top 9. This is going to be a top 6 defenseman, maybe top 4. But so now we just got to decide. I would love to have a 2-way forward to play on that line. But a few things. We don't have him scouted. He's projected to go, I think, 9th, which means he could be low elite. He's 17. He's right-handed, so moving him to the wing, we could put him in the center, move Geet to the wing, I guess. And sometimes 2-way forwards don't get first 9 points, even when they're like 90 overall. And we know he's probably going to be this guy, highest top 6. I just got a feeling that Howard's going to be better. We're going to take him. Please be medium elite. Okay, good. Heward, not Howard. The 2-way forward is medium elite and at least close to as good of a player. I would rather have him. Medium elite. Okay, we're going to check out the Rangers here. Let's see if we made the right choice. The Rangers, the Predators, the Oilers, and the freaking Predators. Look at them. We let them have the two of the top 3 freaking picks. They used them both on defensemen. That's interesting. You have to think that if you would probably use one on each, unless they're good for forwards. I don't know. I already forget the teams. The Predators. So right here, 72 and 66. So Klimchuk was a heck of a pick. He should have went first overall. But they're both going to be good defensemen. The thing is, they have Subban. He's old, yeah. Johansson. They really do need forwards, though. They have. That's interesting that they took 2 defensemen. I would have taken 1 of each. But they bolstered their blue line for their future. The Rangers took the guy that we were considering getting. We don't know what our guy is yet. We'll look at that last. His trade value's not high. 64, but he's 17. Ooh. So you can look at it 2 ways. 64 is low, but he's 17. Not good defensively. Yeah. Not exactly a player I would want to have if I took a top 5 pick or a top 10 pick. So maybe we made the right call, but we'll check that out in a minute. We also had the Oilers to check out. this obviously we couldn't have picked the two defensemen of the Oilers. I just wanted to see if they're better than our player. They got this guy, Gionta, 69/19, medium elite. That kind of makes me think he rates like a 60 overall. Come on, baby. Why do these elite guys have such low trade value nowadays? 71/18. I think we got the, aside from that defenseman, I think we got the best player in the draft. I don't like his shots. Only 3 stars. That's going to have to massively increase before he plays for us. But overall, he looks like a pretty good player. Okay, I'm glad I picked him over the 2-8 and 4 just based on overall. You can argue that maybe that dude next year when he's 18 will be 71, but I don't think he will be. I think he'll be late. Well, he could be. I don't even know what I'm talking about. We can find out in the long run, but we're going to have to go. We have our first line, 2 playmakers and a sniper. That's pretty good for offense. We can have defense on our second line a little bit, potentially. Let me know what you guys think about that pick, but we got a pretty good player. I think we're all ready for the future, man. We just need that other top 2 defenseman. Like I said, hopefully he'll be available in free agency this year. We can scoop him up, and we'll be ready, I think, to actually be a dominant team. Hopefully. So our third round pick, a top 6 defenseman, some top 9 guys. We'll get a grinder. We'll send the entire draft. Okay, I'm going to do the re-sign stage. I'll show you guys who needs re-signed, and then I'll get the contracts and everything. Then we'll talk about free agency. But I'm excited for the future of this team. I think it's looking bright. So let's just look at this real quick. I'll tell you what my thought process is going to be, and then I will do it. So let me see what our contracts are looking like. So we have 2 years is the most we have for anyone. So we can give 2-year contracts, potentially. So goalie is our biggest question mark for next year. Some of these, probably both these guys are going to go. And probably him too. I would wish this guy would be able to back up NHL next year, but he's probably going to start in the AHL. Hopefully he can turn into something. He's only 74/20. That's a little bit of a concern. So right wingers, I'd get Zaboral, or defenseman, not right wingers. I'd get Zaboral back. Okay, we'll want these 2. Definitely want him and Burmistrov. Maybe get Lawson back. We want a big growth year out of this dude. We're going to sign him to his rookie contract. So our 6 defensemen, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have a bunch of guys here. If there's a top 2 guy, we'll sign him. If not, we don't need him. Right wingers. Laquerte, Smethison, Nylander might be off the team, so will this guy. We're going to need some right wingers. I want to compete this year a little bit at least. Left wingers, DeBrusk, I don't know if I even... He's down to a 3rd line scoring forward, dude. I'll probably bring him back for the 2nd line. These guys. But Consois is not good. Alright, centers. 1. Hopefully 2, 3, 4. Centers is the only position we're pretty much solid at. Hewitt will sign. Okay, so I'm going to sign all these players and I'll be back. Okay, guys, I offer contracts to everyone. We're going to see if they will accept them or not. We don't have a NHL goalie on our roster for next year. We're obviously going to have to take care of that. Gergensen said no. I didn't read why. Probably money. Okay. I want to get Gergensen's back because I don't think Valiardi is going to be a second line center, unfortunately. He wanted only $1 million for 2 years. That means I don't think he's going to grow, essentially. Is he mad? Does he not have... He's happy. Okay. I'll offer him that. See if he takes it off from 3.9. I thought he would take that, but he didn't. So, Gergensen's can play second line center if we need him to next year. No big deal. Okay. So let's just real quick find out our needs here for free agency if we want to compete, which we kind of do. So centers 1, 2, 3, 4, we're fine there. Left wingers X, either a first or second line left winger. 3 and 4 potentially, and we have Jung. We should be decent there. And then a top 6 right winger, maybe a third line right winger too. Top 2 defensemen if there is one, and then goalies. Okay. So I haven't decided if I want to do free agency now or get your guys' opinion on it, if I get anyone's opinion on it. A lot of times I don't, but we'll see. I just want to see who's available. If it seems like a no-brainer, then I'll sign some people. 89, 87, 78. Not very good. Although we seem to do good no matter what, even when I want to lose. Let's just take a look here. Forwards, Nick Backstrom. Philip Forsberg. This is an interesting one. He's 27. We could get Forsberg. He can play... I'm not sure if Lacerte would be ready for the first line next year. Forsberg can play first line, and he can play second line, or vice versa. Or we can go Forsberg, Geet, Lacerte, and have a nice first line. He's 27. We'll have 5 good years out of him, hopefully. That wouldn't be the worst thing. Other guys, we could go after Brassard and Little, both 1 year, but I don't see the point in getting them. We have some depth guys we can definitely sign. Like we said, we wanted a third line. We said right winger, but we can... Nah, I don't like Bertuzzi. We can get Josh Lievo. Josh Lievo. I don't really like his point totals. There's some guys we can pick up, is the point. I don't think there's any big defensemen available. No. Mirko Mueller. We can get Mueller to bolster our defense, but there's no elite guy. Seems like when I'm doing we have a lot of money to spend. We have $48 million. It seems like when I am doing a GMO that's not for YouTube, there's always top 2 defensemen in the draft. Alright, we can get Corey Schneider. Don't really want to because of his age. Malcolm Subban. We can bring back Malcolm Subban. He's in free agency. We traded him at the beginning of the year, so what kind of year did he have? I'm sorry if you hear my phone ringing, but 35-26, not bad. He might be the best option We could bring in Gillies, but he probably won't be as good. Okay, I think I do want your opinion, guys. Who should I sign? Who should I not sign? I want to get some wins. I want some good player growth. I think my game just kind of froze. There we go. If we thought we could win the cup this year, which I don't think we will, then we could get guys like Brassard and Little with 1 year left. But I don't think they are. So I think we should focus on players who can help us for a few years. Guys like Forsberg, maybe Mirko Mueller, stuff like that. So just let me know your opinion on this, guys. Hopefully you do. And I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching. The rest of the league better watch out for Boston the next few seasons.